Hello, my name is Samuel Boateng. I'm the Creative Space Associate for Ghana Tech Lab. So basically what I do is I train people and give knowledge to people in the industry of creative art, from videography to photography to virtual reality, graphic designing, even in sound engineering. I'm innovative, exciting, energetic. I know you wouldn't believe this, but I actually offered physics the 4 years I was on campus. But before that, I had to take a break before I went to the university. And that took me, of course, I had to work in the creative industry, a bit close to the creative industry, to get where I am right now. So I worked basically with a printing press where I had students from Takrady Polytechnic, now known as Takrady University, coming in with their creative works to be printed out. And when I saw that, it began to spark some fire in me, and that's how I ended up here. I think it's because of my eyes. It excites me to see more of things coming to life on the screen than to see formulas, I think. So at a point, I saw my passion was driving me away from the sciences to the animation, to the creative industry. The amazing things that the screens could do from what was created by the physicists, actually. So I jumped and broke from that industry straight into the creative industry when I was done with school. First of all, when I was done with school, I knew there was something missing, because for the 4 years that I was in school, mostly when I would come back from class or I came back from class, I took my laptop and I was doing something different from what I was taught in class. And it looked like there was a mismatch. There was something else going on with my life in the classroom and something else going on when I came back from campus. So I decided that why would I continue in something I do not want, even after these 4 years of struggle. So I would rather stop and try to change my direction. And with the help of, it's like a school, but a training program with Maxim Nyansa, I shifted my direction totally from the physics world, and I came into this industry. Yeah. Challenges. I may not have had the foundation, so it came as something that would have to purely come out of your passion, or something that would come from inside, not something that you had the direction, or maybe there was a restriction on you to know the guidelines to help you to produce what you're supposed to produce. You just have to come purely raw until you force yourself naturally to learn on your own before I could actually shift totally to be part of this industry. So it was a bit of a misfit for the beginning. When I came in, I wasn't part, but I was part. That's the only challenge I had. Photography is one of my most exciting skills that I picked up when I came into the creative industry. I really loved it because it tells stories, and the stories are kept forever. It could be shared to so many platforms, and it's endless. The power of photography is endless. So I decided to pick it up after I was handed a camera, even though I had no knowledge of what was going on. And I took some time to teach myself on how to use it. So photography has been something exciting that I'm doing, and I think I'll continually do it forever. And I would really love to teach the world about it. As a photographer, what makes me different is the fact that I refuse to limit myself to the environment I'm in. I try to think out of the box. I try to think internationally. So I try not to shoot as maybe a Ghanaian would shoot, but I try to shoot as the world should see it, so that in case it goes out there, anyone could understand the story of Africa and could also relate with it easily for it to look different from what they really know. The reason why I use that form of lighting is because I think it reveals certain parts of people that they don't get to see every time. So I believe that photography is, we get to see each other all the time. For you to remember something about someone, what you need to remember is what you need to feature in the photograph. So I try to expose the part that needed to be seen best on the person. Yeah. Virtual reality is having a reality tend to the virtual field. Something that is supposed to be seen in the physical, made virtual, in the extent that I could sit here and I'll be in your home at the same time. So virtually, I'll be there with you, but you wouldn't see me. So basically, if you would have, if for me to make it simple for you to understand, let's take Snapchat. I'm sure you've all seen Snapchat before, where you turn on your camera and you see something poking out of your ear, you have something coming on your head, wearing a flower or something like that. That is a use of augmentative reality, which is a bit the sister of virtual reality. So if you could understand the fact that something could exist without being there, then you could actually understand that virtual reality is seeing things that are virtual brought into reality. You can bridge the two that way. It's as simple as that. In the job field, what limits us as creatives is having some like form of deadlines. Usually, creatives do not have an end to what they are creating. So, you see, a musician never thinks that the album is ready to be launched, or a painter never thinks the painting is perfect yet. So they keep on drawing and painting, they keep on creating without it coming out to the world. But with this field, we are forced to come out with what we have created, and that makes a bit of a limitation. But even though it's a good and positive direction, but it feels like a constriction or a restriction to what we're doing. That's the only problem. Favorite equipment, I would say, is anything I could get my hand on. I mean, that's how I am. Anything I can pick up and use becomes the tool that I would want to create with. I could pick up a stick and try to make a sound. I could pick up the microphone and try to sing. I could pick up a mouse and try to draw something. Pick up a Wacom tablet and I begin to edit a picture. So anything I could get my hands on in that very moment, then I try to do something with it. So I do not specifically have a favorite tool, but whatever comes in hand is what I use. So it does happen when what you have in mind and what you have on screen do not meet. So those are the hitches that sometimes we face as creatives. So your scope of knowledge and the tool that you are using could be a bit of a restriction to what you have pictured in your mind and than compared to what you have on the screen. So it does happen that sometimes there's that problem where you have to bridge the picture in your mind and the picture on the screen. That could be a form of a hitch. There are numerous. One I could mention name is Peter McCannon. He's one exciting guy on YouTube that I continually watch. And then there are many others I can't name right now. Yeah, a lot. Stress. Well, I listen to music even whilst I'm working sometimes. It helps me release stress. I play games, I try talking with the boys, as we call it. Yeah, so the environment itself is a form of distress. If you just take a look away from your screen, you would feel a little bit more comfortable and less under stress. Because people here, as in the creative industry, when you have people around you, most of them are exciting and distressing enough to have here. So the stress is only coming when you continue to look on the screen. Immediately I look away, I think I'm okay. I'm from Takoradi and currently working at Accra. My family is okay. I can say we are all kind of creatives. My sister does a lot of writing. I have 3 sisters anyway. So one does writing, the other she had to go through graphic design and visual arts. Then as I speak right now, she does freelancing jobs with the creatives. And my elder sister also did a bit of that. Yeah, so it's kind of like in our blood. My family keeps on going in the creative industry, and soon enough you'll be hearing about that, I think. My inspiration from the collabs I get from people. Sometimes the end result of seeing something that you could create from your mind being seen by others physically. I mean, if you have something in mind and you're able to have it on a screen and someone else can see what's in your mind, it's exciting enough and it moves me forward. And sometimes money. Yeah. In 5 years, wow, I see myself everywhere. Everywhere in perspective is what I'm trying to say is that I'll be seen on most screens internationally. Because if my artwork travels or if whatever I create travels from Ghana to Nigeria, to USA, to the Netherlands and everywhere, it's me going everywhere. So I can say I'm everywhere. I'll be everywhere in the next 5 years. Yeah. So my advice to those coming up is keep doing you. I mean, just the only thing that can actually stop you from doing yourself is yourself. So if you're able to break away from your own restrictions, keep creating and do amazing things. Just keep hitting and hitting, and something wonderful will come out. Yeah, follow your passion. I'd like to say that the creative industry is not for the poor. The creative industry is not for the rich. But the creative industry is for those who are ready to stand in the gap of the mind and the eye, to be able to connect these two for the world to see how beautiful our souls can provide. Yeah, so if you are ready to join in this industry, we are open arms. You can be wherever you are and make something amazing, something beautiful. So I would like to thank my dad, my family, It's not easy for your dad to see you jump from 4 years science, physics, and all of a sudden you say you're going to do work with the creative industry. It becomes confusing that all these years that you've worked changes all of a sudden. But he never took it as something negative. He rather pushed me to do whatever I felt was my passion, whatever would make me survive, whatever would make me keep going. So he pushed me, even though I decided to shift away totally from what I've been doing before. So I'm grateful for that, and my sisters too for hosting me when I came at first. I knew no place. They gave me a home. Thank you.
For more exciting interactions with tech personalities, subscribe to our YouTube channel.